Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Daniel Nebben, teaching professional at TPC Potomac. I'm going to talk to you today about another TPI test that I like doing to test for mobility, whether one of my students has enough mobility to create power or not. So this test today is called the Pelvic Tilt Test. Here's what it does and here's how to do it. So the first thing that you're going to do is set up like you're going to hit a golf ball in 7-iron posture. I'm going to get rid of the golf club. I'm going to take my arms, I'm going to cross them against my chest. What you'll notice in this position is that I've got a pretty neutral back, so I'm not trying to flatten my back. I'm just in a nice comfortable position, but I'm in 7-iron posture. Here's how we're going to test for this mobility. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our hips to tilt down towards the ground and then tilt back up towards the sky. So it looks kind of like this. Okay, so basically we're looking for anterior and posterior tilt. You want your hip girdle to tilt down, so almost like you're going to take your belt buckle and point it down towards the ground and then point it back up towards your belly button or towards the sky. You pass this test if you do two things. If you're able to make the full range of motion, essentially creating extension and flexion in your back, so an arch and then a rounding of your back without your upper body moving and without your lower body moving. So if we move our upper body and our lower body, we end up failing. That looks like this. That's a fail. Our lower body moving looks like this. That's a fail as well. Okay? So you want to leave your hips in the same spot, you want to leave your shoulders in the same spot. All we're doing is trying to arch and round the spine without moving our hips underneath us and without moving our shoulders up and down. Why is this important? Well, limited mobility in your core and back can affect your hip region. And when we create power, there is a portion of the swing at the bottommost point of the swing where we are transferring power from the ground up through our upper body and into the golf club. It looks like this. Right about here is where our hip goes from our belt buckle goes from pointing down towards the ground up towards the sky. That motion right there is what transfers all the energy up. So as we hit golf balls, that motion you can see, that's where we create the power. That's where the power comes from the ground all the way up to the golf club. That's how we hit the golf ball a long way. So how do we practice this? There are two ways you can practice this. You can do an assisted practice where you're using the wall as kind of a crutch. You're going to hold on to the wall. You're going to walk your hands out against the wall. Walk your arms out against the wall. And then you're going to arch your back and round your lower back. Arch and round. And you're going to try and get it as smooth as you can so that your core is tightening and relaxing without all this shaking that happens usually. The second way that you can practice this is in a cat-cow position on the ground, and that looks like this. So you're going to get on all fours, you're going to round your back, and then you're going to arch your back. And then round, and then arch. That's the easier one to do. If you can practice doing that, you'll get really good at pelvic tilt, and then you'll be able to create a lot of power through impact. If you like the TPI tests and you want to learn more about your mobility and how to get better at your mobility, continue to follow my videos. I'd be happy to teach you more.